Hi, welcome back to the Oil Well with me, Nic Dax. We're part of the thriving oils community where we are committed to supporting, educating and inspiring people to use essential oils to improve their health and well-being. That could be physically, mentally, emotionally or spiritually. Now today I want to talk about toxins, which I do appreciate is not the most glamorous title, but I have learned that it's a rather important one. I read recently that a woman that stays at home to look after her children was found to have a higher level of toxins in her blood than a woman that goes outside the home to work. Now, I'm not just talking about a little bit higher, I'm talking about approximately 56% higher levels of toxins in their blood for the woman that stays at home. I think that's quite disturbing because it would suggest that the home is a more toxic place to be than going out to an office or a work environment. And I think actually for a person staying at home, that is going to be quite upsetting. I'm going to make the assumption that the person who is staying at home to look after the child, whether that be a male or a female, it's also their role potentially to clean the house. And if you've got young children, I would suggest that you take pride in making sure that the environment that your young children are living in is clean and safe. And the way that we do that is obviously using household cleaners to wipe down the surfaces, to clean the floor, to wash their toys that they often put in their mouths. So isn't it rather upsetting to find out that the very things that you've been using to make your home safe are actually the things that contain the toxins? Now, I don't want to be a scaremonger on this topic, but I do think it's important that we know what's in the products that we're using. You see, if we think about the food industry, I would say that we're pretty well informed about food nowadays. There's been a lot of information over the last goodness knows how many years about how we grow food, what's best to put on crops and what's not. We get choices about whether we want to buy organic produce. Basically, as consumers, we are able to make informed decisions about the food that we buy and what we cook for ourselves and our family. I think it's only right and proper that we have the same information on the products that we're using in and around our home. And at the moment, I don't think we do. There is information out there, but you do have to kind of do your own research. I have heard a few programs recently, certainly on the radio, covering toxins, so it's getting there. But if you look, you will find the information. I recently read an article from the British Medical Journal, so I would say that's quite a reputable journal. I believe what they're saying. It said that there are over 800 known toxins within household products that we use. 800. Now that could be in washing up liquid, laundry washing powders and detergents, multi-surface cleaners, bathroom cleaners, toilet cleaners, shampoos and conditioners, shower gels, body lotions, deodorants, perfumes. The list goes on. But you get the impression now, don't you, that that's quite a lot of things. 800 toxins. And you're probably rightly asking why. Why are these toxins there? I can't give you a good answer to that, other than to say that I assume they're there because they somehow enhance that cleaner or that moisturizer. Maybe they give it a longer shelf life, or they just help some of the active ingredients. Whatever the reason, at the moment, the government don't feel they need to immediately remove those toxins. So I'm going to suggest that they see the toxins, they acknowledge that they're there, but they don't see them as being harmful enough to immediately take out. So maybe that means that our reaction to these toxins isn't sort of life-threatening. Having said that, they also acknowledge in the same paper that these toxins have been proved to be endocrine disruptors. And in layman's terms, that means that they disrupt our hormonal system. Now, if you've watched the last couple of videos, you will know that we've done quite a bit talking about our hormonal system and how we want to get that into balance because it actually gives us a better foundational health. We are more energetic, we sleep better, our moods are better. So it's quite upsetting to know that actually within these toxins, the toxins themselves are the things that are causing us problems. And these problems can be all sorts of things. You might find you have constant niggly headaches. You're constantly taking paracetamol, over-the-counter medication for them. Your sleep is all over the place. You're not getting quality sleep. Your moods are high and low. You possibly are even feeling that you are depressed. Your energy levels are shot to pieces. Your weight gain is out of control. The list actually goes on. And you might not be aware that some of these issues can be caused by toxins, because it's not until you take the toxins out of your environment that you might suddenly realize that your health has got better. And this has genuinely happened to people that are in the Thriving Oils community. There's some wonderful stories. So people have removed toxins from their environment. They've made that decision to look at using toxic-free products. And it's not an overnight thing. You don't wake up the next morning and go, oh wow, I feel so much better. It's kind of one of those things you look at in hindsight. So maybe a couple of months down the road, you might suddenly realize that you haven't had a headache. You haven't had to take paracetamol or ibuprofen. You might have a child that has had a persistent niggly cough. You can't really explain it. It's not an ill cough or an infectious cough, but they've always had this sort of cough through the night. And that may suddenly have stopped. Skin conditions very often improve when you move away from toxins. So any sort of irritable, dry, red, flaky skin may actually improve. And actually, it's only in hindsight that you go, wow, the only thing that's changed in my lifestyle is the fact that I've made the decision to remove toxins from my home. But I'd say that was the brilliant thing about toxins. You get the choice to move away from toxins if you want. And obviously, there's different ways you can do this. You may make this decision that the toxins are the underlying cause of a number of niggly health complaints that you just want to get rid of so that you feel an improvement and the health, the vitality of your health. And that might mean that you open up your cupboards and you quite literally remove any of the sort of commercial household cleaners that we get in the supermarket. And you may bin them. That's quite brutal, but it's yours to do if you want. I actually didn't quite go that brutal about it. I did make the decision that I wanted to move away from toxins, but I hate waste. So I find it really difficult to take out a cleaner that's still half full and just bin it. So I'll be honest and say that mine has been a gradual thing where I've been winding down my old products whilst I bring in my new products. And I'm now at a point where pretty much most things in the home are non-toxic products, and it's brilliant. Now, the good thing is that nowadays there are a load of companies out there that are supporting these natural, non-toxic products. So the choice available to us is much bigger than it ever has been. Young Living themselves do an incredible range of products. They do cleaning products, super concentrated, so that you can buy a small bottle and that will last you a long time. The same with their laundry detergent, exactly the same, super concentrated, made with natural, non-toxic products and their essential oils, and you dilute it at home and it lasts a good long time. They've got lots of health supplements as well that are non-toxic and really do support the health. And of course, they've got their toiletry range as well. So there's loads of products, and over the course of these videos, we will have a look at some of those products. But as I've said before, I like making things. So I've actually really begun to look into how I can move away from these toxic products and actually make my own. And the brilliant thing about this, because it really does justify this sort of expenditure on the essential oils, I think it works out cheaper to make your own products than to buy the ones in the supermarket, particularly if you're being mindful and buying sort of environmentally friendly products, which do tend to be more expensive. So for me, this is sort of ticking more boxes than one, okay? I'm making use of my essential oils, I'm justifying the cost, I'm actually using these to make my home smell amazing, give me brilliant cleaning, and actually overall, it's cheaper. I want to show you today a really quick and easy one, just so that you can see that even if you're not a make and do sort of person, you actually can throw a few things together really simply, okay? So one of the most toxic things in and around the home is like air fresheners. They're horrible, they're vile, they are full of fragrances that are synthetic and they are highly toxic. So move away from them and just make your own air freshener. Get yourself some little spray bottles or big spray bottles, whatever you fancy. These are again bought from places like Amazon and eBay. You can buy them in packets of 4 or 6. And I use these for all sorts. I put my homemade deodorants in these as well, but they're great for little room fresheners. And again, you need hardly any ingredients to make this, okay? So you take your bottle and you take some water. Now this is just tap water, and that's because I know I'm going to use this product quite quickly. If you wanted this product to last for longer, I would encourage you to use distilled water, which is really just cool boiled water. So you can always boil kettle first and let it cool off. So that's about half full of water. The next thing we're going to add in, I'm not even sure if, no, my funnel doesn't even fit in that. Okay, the next thing that we're going to add in is witch hazel. This is an inexpensive product, witch hazel, easy to get a hold of as well. So we're now going to add pretty much the same amount of witch hazel to water. I highly recommend a small funnel. Just doing this without dribbling, which for me is quite something. Okay, so we have got half and half water and witch hazel. So far the cost is minimal. Now again, the beauty of making your own product is put in the oils that you like. There is no hard and fast rules here. If you like a smell, use it. In the starter kit, remember we've got that lovely blend of oils called Purification. That is a great place to start in terms of purifying the air, cleaning the air, freshening it up. But you know what? You can do mood sprays, so things that, you know, just create a nice warm feeling, maybe in a room before movie night or something. I've chosen oils for a de-stress room freshener, I suppose. Good old lavender, okay? Again, in terms of how much we're going to put in, it doesn't really matter, it's just until it smells good. I'm going to go for sort of 7 or 8 drops of each, I suppose. So lavender, always a good starting point in this house, I tell you. Orange, oh, how much do we love orange? It's cheap, that's one of the reasons we love it. It is perhaps the happiest oil. It really is a fantastic uplifter. So great for de-stressing, just shaking off those negative feelings. And I'm coming back to clary sage. I think that's a sign of my age that I use this oil a lot. Wonderful benefits for women of a certain age in terms of menstrual tension, menopausal, perimenopausal, all of that. But actually it's got quite a nice uplifting smell, is very good for mood as well. Can help with sleep, I think we've mentioned that before. Just pop your lid on and just give it a little bit of a shake. Now, you can get fancy and label your things. Sheets of labels are really easy to buy and incredibly useful, because once you've made up a few products, it is quite difficult to keep track of which one is which, okay? So these labels, again, they come in quite large packs, so they're going to last you for quite a long time, but nice and simply, write whatever you want on your label. I've just actually put room spray, and pop your little sticker on. You know what, it's got a really cute little homemade product there, and if you give it a little spray, we'll test out what it smells like. Obviously you can't, but I can. Oh, so lovely. And like I say, if you don't think it's quite strong enough, just add in a few more drops. It really is as simple as that. And as I've said, you know, Toxins cause us an awful lot of problems. You know, there are more and more cases, to my mind, of mental health illness than ever before. Not just among grown-ups, but, you know, teenagers as well. We really have got to ask ourselves why. Why are we getting more and more issues like this? And what can we do to actually address it? Think about fertility issues, because obviously toxins impact our sort of fertility issues, our menstrual cycle enormously. More and more often, if a person goes to the doctor having fertility issues, maybe they have tried to conceive for 12 or 24 months with no joy, the first thing that you are told by the doctor is stop using deodorant and stop using perfume. That is how highly toxic these products are. That's not me scaremongering you. Exactly the same for women going through the perimenopause stage, so they're entering that change in their life. You know, hot sweats, quite aggressive symptoms. Again, a doctor will say, stop using any products that are highly fragranced, because they are so disruptive to the hormones that it just exacerbates your symptoms. Now, when you're hearing advice like that from doctors, I think it's time to sit up and take notice. So why not make that step? You don't have to do it overnight, but just slowly and surely see what you can do to take out those bad products and bring in some good ones. Rest assured that these homemade cleaners and buying the natural non-toxic ones are just as powerful as the ones that you've been using. They will kill 99.9% of germs. But the good things with these ones are that they will only kill the bad germs, okay? There are lots of bacteria in our system that actually support our health. And the brilliant thing about using these essential oils to clean, they don't take away that good bacteria. So that's there to support our immune system and make us stronger whilst getting rid of all of the nasty bacteria. So for me, there's a win-win in terms of using homemade products or natural products. Okay, so we are going to have a look in the next video at making a household cleaner, again with just a few ingredients that are cheap and that anyone can throw together, just so that I can show you how simple this is and how effective your essential oils can be in your day-to-day living. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see here. And in the meantime, I will just say thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you again next time.